What's up, riders? Welcome to another episode of PVG Garage. Today we are going to install the light kit on Endeavor 2. This is the Endeavor 2 light kit installation video. If you have an Endeavor 1, we have a video made just for you. Refer back to the PVG Garage video library. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, the first thing we did was we removed the 12 screws from the deck. Okay, we've got 2 lines of 6. You can lift up the corners of your tape to get at them. First thing we do is remove those, pop the deck. Okay? Next thing we want to do is we want to remove the front end. You don't have to. With the Pro 2, you can get your finger up there and plug it in. But I mean, it's a minute to take off, 2 minutes to put on, so I just like to do it. Take it off, get it out of the way. It's just a lot easier to work in there. So now I'm going to take the front end off. Okay, so some of you may be asking why I took the deck off. The deck has to come off anyway. I needed to take the deck off before I took the front end off because I learned in the Endeavor 1 video, if you take the front end off without the board being strapped down, boom. So I had to get it strapped down, so I had to take the deck off. But the deck comes off anyway, okay? So anyway, my deck is off. You can take it off after you take the front end off or before, doesn't really matter. Okay, so the next thing we do is just drop this front end. I'm going to fast forward through this. Okay, so front end is off, deck is off. You can take it off now, you can take it off the next step, doesn't matter. Next thing we need to do is pull this old badge off so we can replace it with the new one. So, drill gun, and I'll fast forward through this as well. Pull it out. Okay, put that aside. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is going to want to take that new badge with your light connectors in the back and swap your bushing over. That is real easy. These 2 screws, 1, 2, pull them out. Take your bushing off. This is a white, by the way. This is just the test version. It was green, but the durometer is the same as white. Okay. Your old badge, don't need it. You can chuck it. Okay, and now you're going to put your new bushing in there, fit it into the groove. Where'd my other one go? Okay, now you've got your new bushing, your old bushing transferred to this. Now this can go back in. Okay, button it up with your screws. Okay, badge is in. Now we get to the good part. Let's put the lights on. Grab them from the kit, and I'll come over and change the camera angle for you here. Okay, you can see now how having the front end, it's just much easier access at these, and when you're trying to plug the lights in underneath after it, it's a real hard angle to get. It's just a lot easier to drop the front end, in my opinion. Okay, so these 2 need to come off. These do have Loctite on them. So you want to take your butane torch, give them a good heat. I think these might not because I've already had them off before. And I don't put Loctite back on at this point, at this spot anyway, because I take this board apart constantly. Okay, that's glowing good. We'll get a wrench on it. Yep, there we go. Okay, and back that out. Do the same for the bottom one. And back that one out. All right. Careful, those are hot. Take it from a dummy. Okay. Next thing you do is go to your hardware kit and grab your two 4mm, okay? These are a little longer, it's still hot, but ow, 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 than the original, okay? You can see, ow, you can see the difference, okay? The difference is to make up for the thickness of your mount here, okay? You need to make up for that thickness because this is a very structural element right here where the tongue joins the battery box, so you really want to make sure that that's structurally sound. So with your longer ones, grab your left light because they do make a difference. You'll see, line it up underneath and make sure the XT30 will connect because you have a round end and a flat end. So you want it to line up right. This one would line up. Nope, I guess they work on either side. Never mind. Scratch that. If you use Loctite and if you don't ever plan on taking these off, now's a good time to put it on. I don't because, again, these are going to be coming on and off often. I'll just get that one going. I always like to use hand tools when I'm putting a new screw in a used hole, just to make sure everything threads nice. If I were putting the same screw back in, I wouldn't worry about it. I'd use the power tools. Okay. Get those in, snug them up. Okay, and now just repeat the same thing on the other side. Okay, so once both lights are mounted, now all we do is reach underneath here and connect them to the female XT30 located on the undersides of the badge. Just so neat. I love the wire management. Okay, once those are connected, now all we have to do is wire up the module and we're good to go. So let me back off the camera and we'll show you how to do that. Okay, with the Pro 2, you'll notice on the module we have two different size ends. We have an XT30 and we have an XT60. XT60 goes to the battery end, XT30 goes to the lights end. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the wires for this before we plug anything in and get everything in position, okay? I've found that on the Pro 2, one of the best mounting positions is right in between the battery and the VESC. It'll also fit behind it, but it interferes with the wires a little bit, and you don't want to put pressure on any wires if you can avoid it. So I already have my sticky pad in place, the sticky pads that come with it. Peel both sides, put it on the bottom, and stick it where you want it, okay? But for right now, we're not even going to stick it. We're just going to run our wires. Now, you want to be real neat with this. Make sure you run this wire underneath all the other wires that are already there. You don't want this to interfere with anything. You want it to have its own path, not to pull on any other wires, okay? Then we just run it down the side like this to the front of the board. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Okay, now I can put my module down onto my sticky pad. Okay, and give that a little press. All right. Again, not interfering with any of these wires. I'm not putting not in anybody's way here. That can still lay flat, nice, nice. Okay, and then I take my XT60, and you have an extra XT60 pigtail coming off of your battery. That's for auxiliary. That's for these lights or whatever else you wanted to run. Now you just plug that in. Okay. Once those two are plugged in, I like to put a wrap of tape around that just to secure it, make sure it gets held in before I put it down. And then I would just tuck it in along the side like that, nice and neat. You want to make sure, again, that nothing is putting pressure on anything else. No wires are being pushed. No wires are bent at a 90-degree angle. Wire management and wire maintenance are a big deal because, you know, the wrong vibration in the wrong place can ruin your day. So I'm going to make sure that's tucked in just nice, nice. There we go. Okay. So we've plugged in the battery end. Now we just have to plug in the light end. You'll see you have another XT30 coming off here. I've got mine wrapped in the foam tape already. Let's plug that one in. Okay. Tuck your wires in nice and neat. I wrap this on foam with the foam tape because, again, I like to put tape on any connectors I have. But the foam tape I found keeps it from making itself become a rattle. You know, that clip itself can bounce around inside the box and you know, hit that plastic. Wrapping it in the foam tape keeps it silent. So last thing we have to do is test them. Yay! All right, we have lights. Now it's basically just reassemble the board. Put your deck back on, put your front end back on, and go ride. Alrighty, so last but not least, we are going to install the tail light. Super, super simple, okay? Let me just explain the light to you real quick. You have two orange things on the bottom. One of them is your USB charge port. The other one, you press and hold, it'll turn it on. And then it scrolls through the different functions if you want flashing, or you know, it does side to side and all that good stuff. Long press to shut it off, okay? Installing the bracket, super easy. Take off these top two bolts. Put them through the bracket with your tab facing up, then put them back in. Tough, huh? A little too tight there. Okay. And the second one. Tighten them up. And your bracket is installed. The way you use it, you'll see this tab here. Just slides right in. Clip. Okay, and then you can adjust it where you want it and tighten that little screw on the side. Then to get it out, you simply push this tab back and slide it out. That's it. Alrighty, so this concludes our Endeavor 2 light installation kit PVG video. If you have any questions, of course, fire away below. I'm sure I forgot something. I always do. It's been a little hectic getting these done. I'm shooting out to the garage for 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, so it's hard to get in the flow. But if I forgot something, don't be shy. Ask away below. Your questions will help answer other people's questions, and we don't mind answering them. So, till the next tutorial, ride hard, ride safe, and always ride Propel.